How's it going, everybody? My name is Matt, and today I'm bringing you a full review on this microphone, the Blue Yeti. I have one here, and I have the Platinum Edition right here. Let's get into the video. As you're going to be able to see in this video, it's a very good looking microphone. Coming in at $110, it's a very solid choice for an entry-level professional microphone. Now the Yeti really does rock all across the board, from build quality to features, and of course, sound. Let's begin with an unboxing of this microphone. On the outside of the box, we have some branding, some descriptive text and images, and lastly some specifications. When you pop open the lid, you see another box, and when you open this box up, you see foam. Next, when you remove this tightly packed hard foam, we get to the good stuff. Included in this package are 3 simple parts. First of all, we have a small instruction manual that opens horizontally. Second, we have a USB cable, which is USB to mini USB for connectivity. And lastly, we have the Blue Yeti microphone itself. The Yeti comes installed on the stock stand, but you can easily remove this and use your own custom stand. Keep in mind that the Yeti is a side address microphone, meaning you talk into the side like I am throughout this video, not into the top like a singer would. Next up, let's do an overview of the Yeti. As I've already said, it's a very good looking microphone. Here is the Silver Edition, and here is the Platinum Edition. Originally, the Silver Edition had a defect, so I got the Platinum Edition, but now they are both fixed, and that's basically all the better for the video. Starting with the stock base, we immediately see a rugged yet elegant design appearing. The entire mic and stand is made of metal, giving a very smooth and sturdy feel overall. The bottom of the base is circular, with an almost abstract stand jutting out of it, leading to the mounting area. The Yeti mounts onto this stand through 2 screw holes, which have some nice pads to prevent scratching on the microphone. Moving on to the mic itself, we have the Blue Yeti looking like a champ. At the bottom of the mic, we are greeted with a mini USB port on the left. In the middle, we have a hole to screw the mic on a separate stand. And on the right, we have a headphone jack for monitoring what goes into the mic. I am not too sure how I feel about the mini USB being on the bottom, but I'll get into that later in the review section. On the front of the mic, we have a physical mute button and a volume knob. The volume knob is for the headphones that you can plug in through the port on the bottom. The mute button glows red by default and will flash red when activated and the mic is muted. And finally, moving to the back of the microphone, we have arguably the most important part of this device. The first knob you see on top is for the gain, which will control basically the volume of your recording. I usually use the software gain slider to get a rough estimate, and then the gain knob on the microphone to get the volume exactly where I want it to be. But really, if you have the volume at a good amount, it doesn't matter which method you use to get there. Moving down, we have the most important knob of all, the pattern knob. This allows you to switch between stereo, omnidirectional, cardioid, and bidirectional recording patterns. I will go into the applications and sounds for each of these settings very soon in the review portion of this video. So that about wraps up the overview of the Blue Yeti. The only thing I didn't really talk about was at the top portion of the microphone, we have the familiar weave of metal that we see on high-end recording microphones. To my knowledge, this just helps with eliminating breathing noises and pop sounds just like a pop filter would. After an extensive overview like that, let's move on to the review portion of this video, which has a lot of opinion in it. To start off, we're going to go a little bit into the sound quality. I'm going to read a verse from an unknown source from the camera mic and then the Yeti mic, and you can see the difference for yourself. Starting off with the camera mic. I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to rake your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wreck me. So next up, the Yeti microphone. I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wreck me. Hopefully you could tell a big difference between the camera audio and then the microphone audio. Next up, I'm going to go through each of the settings on the microphone itself and show you which each one sounds like. So right now we are on cardioid mode. Cardioid mode takes audio from one direction, being forwards on the side address microphone. If I move behind or to the side of the microphone, my voice should be getting softer right now. Cardioid mode is good for podcasts, voiceovers, vocals, and instruments. It's also good for YouTube recordings like I do. In 100% of my videos so far, I have only used cardioid mode. Next up is stereo mode. This takes audio from both sides of the microphone so that you get a full 3D effect. If I move to the left like this, my voice should gradually go to the left. And if I come back and move to the right, you should hear my voice going to the right side of your headphones or speakers. Stereo is good for singing and vocals basically in general. Next up we have omnidirectional. As the name implies, this takes audio from every direction. This way, no matter where I am, it will sound like I am right in the center of the microphone. I'll show this through snapping. This is in front of the mic, this is to the right, this is behind, and this is to the left. You shouldn't have been able to distinguish that direction without me telling you. It should all sound like it's in the center of your head. This is good for conference calls and field events, but it often picks up unwanted background noise. And lastly, we have bidirectional, which takes audio from the front and back of the microphone. This is ideal for interviews and duets as two sources can speak with the same audio quality. I'll demonstrate this. Right now I am speaking into the front of the microphone. Right now I am speaking into the side of the microphone. And now I'm speaking into the back of the microphone. The front and back should have sounded the best, and the side should have sounded a little muffled out. So what do you think of the sound? Personally, I think it sounds absolutely incredible, especially compared to any around the $100 price point microphone. Also, because it has all the settings on the microphone itself, you can really achieve that perfect sound, no matter what scenario you are in. Another thing to note is that it really doesn't even need a pop filter. I have one right over there in my bookshelf, but I haven't been using it because I think it's a little unattractive and it didn't do anything to the sound. The top metal shroud on the microphone itself does a perfectly fine job of blocking out pop sounds and wind or air going by it, so no need for a pop filter. A few other good things to note about this microphone are that 1, my vocals never distort at high volumes. Even if I start yelling because my gain is at the proper level, my vocals still sound pretty good. Also, there is almost no background noise picked up. If I stop talking, the only background noise you'll hear is some of the rain outside or maybe my computer since it's pretty close. But really, it's a really low amount of background noise, which is really ideal in these types of situations. Personally, I really don't love the stock stand on this microphone. The stand is a little awkward size-wise, being a bit too big to fit in most places. It also makes hooking up the USB cable a bit iffy because it has a lot of edges that the cable can rub up against and then fall out because the port is not actually very secure. And lastly, I'm gonna say it again, I've already said it like 3 times in this video. The microphone itself, the hardware is just so beautiful. The Silver Edition and the Platinum Edition are both extremely good looking that I don't really care having it in my shot right here. I think it actually adds to the shot. It looks a little better, adds to the production value. I think it looks awesome. So that about wraps up this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it came about a week late. I had a whole first plan of it, and then I was like, that's not the best video I could do, so I deleted it and made this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions or just want to comment about the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay classy.